Hi besties, welcome back to another one of my videos. If you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Emily. If you're not, welcome back. And today we're going to be going over my March wrap up and my April TBR. I can't believe it's already the end of March and into April. I feel like the year just started. Time is flying by. But if you are new here and you haven't been to one of these videos before, I go through all of the books I said I was going to read in March, and I tell you if I read them or not. Then I go through the books that I did read that weren't on my TBR, and then my TBR at the end for April. So first up, we're going to go through the books I said I was going to read this month. First up, if you did watch that video and you remember, I said there's one book on this TBR I want to read and read only, and that was Ruthless Vows. I did not read it, but I'm 75% in, so it will be being finished in April. Very happy about that because that one's been on my TBR for a long time. So that one will be in April wrap up. Next up, I have The Ever King. I was like halfway through this one at the beginning of this month, and I kind of soft DNF'd it, put it down, and so I, as of right now, did not pick it back up. I'm still halfway through it. Except it's another one that said if I read this one, I'll be happy. If I don't read this one, we're unhauling it. Never Coming Home. This was a YA thriller, and I just have never been in the mood to pick it up. I got it so long ago, so I'm just gonna unhaul it. Next up, I have the One Dark Window, which I'm actually starting this book next, so this one's hint gonna be on the TBR for April. But One Dark Window, I did not get to this one. I was just in a romance heavy month. I really did not care about fantasy, so with that being said, though, I did finish Rebel Witch. This one, I was like 100 pages in when I started this month. I finally buckled down. I read this. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I enjoyed this way more than book one. I'm rating this 4.5 stars. I really love this one. I don't want to go into much detail because it is book 2. You follow the same characters in book 1. It is the conclusion of this duology. Highly recommend if you guys like YA fantasy romance. Highly recommend the series. I was a little iffy on book 1, but book 2 was save the duology. I had The Right Move, which I did read. Did rate this 5 stars. I love Ryan Shea so much. Like, I think he might be my favorite of the series so far. I feel like every time I read a book, I'm like, oh, they're my favorite of the series, they're my favorites. No, Ryan Shea is like top tier book boyfriend. And I was really hesitant to go into this one because I remember Indy being really annoying in The Right Move, and I was like, I just don't know if I want to read her book, don't know if I'm gonna like her, blah blah blah. Turns out I did indeed like her. I did indeed like their story. I think it was beautiful. I think this one packs like a very emotional punch. I don't know, I was just very impressed, really liked it. 5 stars. I'm slowly making my way through City of Glass and the City of Bones, the Mortal Instruments series, and they're slow but steady going through. I did read this one. I listened to the audiobook this month. I'm rating it 3 stars, and there was something I've been talking about that I'm like, I just know it's not true. I just know it's not true. You find out in this one, it's indeed not true. So I was right the whole time, but very happy that finally came out so I can enjoy the rest of the series in peace. This one, like, I think wraps up, like, it almost feels like it wrapped up the trilogy, and then you go into the next book, and I actually searched up the next book because I'm like, is it about the same characters? Because this one wrapped up really nicely. It is, so I'm not sure what the next 3 are going to entail, but 3 stars. Next up, I had Vicious Prince on my TBR. I read this one. This one has been, or was my favorite, I think, of the whole series so far. Every time I read one of these books, I say that, besides Xander and whatever the last one I just read. That one wasn't my favorite. But this one, I think, takes the cake so far. I really enjoyed this one. I was thoroughly surprised with these characters and like how much I liked them and how much I liked being in their heads. This one obviously checked trigger warnings, but this one, there is like a marriage contract involved. Ronan is set to marry a specific high elite, and Teal is the one that steps up and offers herself. He doesn't want to go through with it, and he tries to convince her to like break it off, and she's like, no, I need to do this because I need to, and she has her reasons, so it was very good. The mystery in this one really got me. I just liked it. I just liked it a lot. So I think I rated this one 4.5, maybe 5. I have Faded by Starlight by Krista Street. This one is a supernatural, like, institute romance fantasy. It kind of gave like so you have the female main character. She is going to this academy and she is going to study for 3 months to be I forget what they're called, like a supervisor or something of like the werewolf, like vampires. I don't know. She doesn't have like a lot of magic in her type of thing. So she's going to the school to study to be like a teacher, supervisor type person. And she gets there and her professor is her childhood friend who she was crushing on and in love with. So yeah, it was good. I rated it 3.5 stars. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue just because the romance in here really fell flat for me. I finished and rated this book so well because of the plot. That's why I was like really on the fence of like maybe I should just continue because I enjoyed the plot, but I'm gonna sit on it for now. But 3.5 stars, it was good. Last, for the books I said I was going to read, I have Asimov. This one I did read. This one is a 4.5 star for me. Rhys Sands. There was like weeks after this book where I would just sit and think about Rhys Sands. Like, I'd be at work typing away and just Rhys Sands would pop in my head. So really enjoyed this one. I'm super excited to read War. There is 4 books I read that weren't on my TBR this month. These are just like the mood reads I decided to pick up. First, I have Even When You're Gone. This is book 2 of Stay With Me trilogy. And these are like really heavy, dark romance. I don't even know if you could consider it romance. I mean, I would. I rated this one 4 stars. I'm really enjoying them. They just put me in a really dark headspace because of the content. Definitely triggers, but it's really good. If you're looking for like a very punch in the gut, dark, heavy romance series, I would pick this one up. Like, if that's what you're looking for, this hits all of those, like checks every box. And they have really likable characters. Like, the mental health and awareness in this book is crazy to me. Finally started Off to the Races and finished this one. I read this in like a night. I loved it. I think maybe because my expectations were so low that when I finally got to this, I was like thoroughly happy and impressed and just enjoyed it. Like, I just genuinely, the lights were on but no one was home when I was reading this. I loved this book and I can't wait to read the next one. The next one's about the sister of the Chestnut Spring series boys. So next up, I have First Time Caller. I actually have a book club and we read this month. I rated it 4 stars. You have Lucy as your female main character and you have Aiden as the male main character. He is a host of a radio show and her daughter, who's 12, calls in to get advice about about her mom, and the video online goes viral. So they're like, you need to come in and you guys need to do a talk show dating host trying to find you a lover. So that's what they do, but in all book fashion, they fall in love. Honestly, I read Caught Up, which should be no surprise because after I finished Right Move, I didn't want to leave the universe, so I ran right into Caught Up. If you know me though, that's kind of crazy because I'm so bad at reading series like in order. I get very bored. No, I had to read Caught Up and I loved it. I love Kai. Single dad is slowly becoming one of my favorite tropes. It like snuck up on me and just started becoming one of my favorite tropes, and I absolutely love it and I want to stay here forever. So yeah, I loved it and I'm so happy I read this series finally. It's been on my TBR forever, but 5 stars. So that is my March wrap up. Next, we'll just go into my April TBR. This is really tentative. I think I'm going to start first off with the 2 books I don't have physical copies for, but I will be reading this month. My book club picked these books. I have Say You'll Remember Me, which is Abby Jimenez's new release. Don't know much about it. And then I have On Wings of Blood. On Wings of Blood. I think that's what it's called. Here, this is our other pick for our book club this month. This one is like going viral kind of right now, getting compared to like Fourth Wing and stuff. I think it's like dark academia fantasy vibes. I'm assuming there's dragons. I think there's a dragon on the cover. But I'm super excited about both of these, and they're very high on my TBR. So I'll be pretty surprised if I don't end up reading one of them. But moving on to my physical books that I have that I will be trying to read this month. Trying. The keyword is trying. My good friend for my birthday got me Birthday Kisses. It's just a small, short little novella, but I want to read this one for sure. So there's a theme to my April. I decided to do a series theme. So all of these books are either a continuation of a series or a completion of a series. My goal is just to crush out some series because I'm in the middle of like 30 or something ridiculous. 30? Only 30 of ones that the next book is out. That doesn't count book series that I'm in the middle of where the next book isn't out. So I have The Ashes and the Starcursed King. I binged the first book and the novella of this and then never picked the second book up. I have no idea why. But I think it's time I finally wrap this up. I'm definitely in a fantasy romance mood, so this is going to be perfect in April. Next up, I'm finally doing it. I'm going to force myself to read Haunting Adeline. I don't care if I'm in the mood for it or not. I'm going to force myself to read this book, get into it, and if I DNF it, I am fully okay with that. I know lots of people say don't even read this one, or this one's not as good, so my expectations are pretty low, so maybe I'll end up enjoying it. Next up, and I will say, there's another book that I probably will read this month, if not in May, but Play Along I have on my TBR for this month, but the last book of the series comes out this month, and I will be getting it, will be reading it, whether it's this month or next month. This book, and I forget what this one's called, but Play Along is the next book I need to read. So I'm super excited about this one because this one's about Isaiah, who's Kai's brother. He's a MLB baseball player. Just realized I really haven't gone into depth with any of these books. I am so sorry. Do better next time. I have Play Along. This is a MLB sports romance. It's trainer and athlete. She's a trainer. She's his trainer. He plays in the MLB. He's like reformed playboy, like big playboy, but he wants like change for her. He wants to become a family man, all of that good stuff. We've gotten crumbs of them in the last book. Super excited about this one. Next up is a book 2. The book 3 is already out, and I think book 4 comes out soon. It's What Did You Do? It's the Infatuated Fae series. Book 1 is like a fantasy. I don't even know if you would consider them romance. I don't really remember. I need to watch a video, like a spoiler review of the first book, because I don't remember it because I read it so fast. But this one was like viral like a year ago, and it's about this girl who was researching this specific butterfly, and she like stumbles upon it, and it's a really trippy story. There's like a huge plot twist at the end and everything, so I would highly recommend it, but it went viral for a reason. Let's just say that. I have Akawar. These books confuse me because I know like the first couple are about one couple or people, and then the next couple are about like Nesta and people, I think. I don't know. Don't come for me. The ACOTAR girlies, don't come for me. I'm still new in this world. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I have Akawar, which the way that Akamoth ended, I need to jump into this one. I'm waiting for the audiobook to come in on my Libby app to start this one, but I'm putting it on my TBR because I do want to read it this month. Next, this will complete the Royal Elite series and let me move on to a new series in this universe, but I have Ruthless Empire, which, if you guys have been following along for my reading journey for this one, I have been waiting for this book since I read the first book, because this one has Cole, who is my baby, like my favorite. Like, I cannot wait to read his story. And the one trope in this is step siblings. Not sure what that entails, but I'm always game for a good forbidden romance, so can't wait to read this one. Next up, I have Wildside. I actually know nothing about this one. This is book 3. It just came out last month. I got it when it released. I don't know if this is Marriage of Convenience or Arranged Marriage. It's one of the two, which is kind of crazy coming from a country romance, but hopefully we'll read this month. I'm not putting too much pressure on this one, but I wanted to throw it in here because it's something that's on my radar. And the last two I have for this month, I have A Photo Finish, which is book 2 of Off to the Races series. This one, like I was saying earlier, is the sister of the Eaton boys from the Chestnut Springs series, and the brother from Off to the Races, who's like grumpy, miserable, can't wait to read it. And then lastly on my TBR, I'm gonna try to wrap up the Arranged Marriage. I did already start the 3rd book in this series. I'm about 30% in, so I'm pretty confident I'll be able to wrap this series up and finish this one. I already know this one's gonna be like a 3-star series for me. Like the title says, it's like an arranged marriage trilogy, and it has like a little suspense mystery and plot lines about the 3 books. It was good. It's good. I'm 30% in, and the mystery of the last book kind of already wrapped up, so I'm curious to see what the next 70% of this book is going to be. But hopefully I'll be able to report back at the end of April with all of these books. But I do have some very fun reading vlogs that are coming out very soon. I'm in the middle of one specifically right now that I'll be doing. But if you're still here, thank you for watching this video as always. Comment down below what's on your TBR, like the top tier book you're most excited for on your TBR this month. And yeah, make sure you like, you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time.